Well, hello, everybody. We're back in Rising World. Welcome, friends. Things have changed. I have played a little bit off of stream or recording. You noticed all these big trees? I just planted those birches yesterday, and they're already grown. Birches I can grow, spruce not so much. Across the way over there, on the border, you'll see those little trees. Those are spruce trees that I planted when I first arrived here, and they are still ungrown, as is my apple tree right there, which you can see is still a seedling. Anyway, so I'm making plans and doing stuff, and my little house has finally gotten a door and windows. The plastering is all done. And I've been working on little details, which I want to show you. I enjoy doing the little details. And I'm not done, but I have little hooks on the wall for if we ever get clothes that we can hang up. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I don't know how to make clothes out of blocks, or I would definitely try. I went ahead and got a lantern. I did make the modern workbench and got myself a lantern, which I painted gray because red didn't seem right, even though this lantern is definitely 1890s, 1900s, and not 1400s. I needed more light. In fact, let's turn it on. It's really too bright. And it casts this post casts a shadow over half the cabin. So I'm going to play with different placement and see if anything else works. Candles themselves just do not produce enough light. They only really light the tiny area around them. So we do need more light. But anyway, so I got some furniture put in. I've moved my primitive workbench over here and put a bunch of pumpkins on it. Those are jack-o'-lanterns that are turned around with their faces to the wall, because I really wanted to have some sort of produce sitting around, and the pumpkins are what we have. And so I've moved my I've moved my table. The bread is still right where it was. I've made a little, let's sit down, shall we? Yes. I've made myself a little plate and spoon and a knife, and I'm having a little cookie and some cheese on my plate. And I've made a big bookshelf type thing, a shelf unit to hold the chests. And by the way, did you know that the chests are sizable? They are. You can make them bigger or smaller, and they still hold the same amount even if they're small. This one doesn't have anything in it yet, but yeah, that's handy, because then you can put more chests in a smaller area. So yeah, chests. And I chose for the glass, I chose this bubbly stuff. I was looking for something that looked old-fashioned, and I didn't want the diamond leaded glass in here. But this bubbly stuff was kind of interesting. It's a little more bubbly than I expected, but it'll work. Let's see what else happened. I moved things around. I made a bed. And put my mattress on the bed. I didn't really like the bed that they have. It seemed too modern. So I made a little bed. I have put my spinning wheel in the other corner. And oh yes, I went ahead and finally put up my roof timber. What do you call those? They're not rafters, but the thing the boards that the thatching sits on. I guess maybe in real life the boards would be closer together, but I kind of like seeing the thatching, so I did it that way. So I got those all in, and I'm starting to do a little more detailing. Here in my fireplace, I did get some stone put around it and inside of it, and I made a set of andirons and a little pot and an arm to hold the pot. So this is the cooking stove where they cooked their meals, and in the pot we have some kind of stew going. This is marble, a yellow kind of marble, and then there's some red marble, and then something else that I colored green just to make it look like there's something cooking there. And and I chose this. They have a brick pattern that is dark, but I also painted it black or darker, and I think that looks pretty cool. Made a spoon and fork for cooking utensils, and we have a frying pan and a little hook for moving the pot here. I don't know what goes on this hook, but we'll find something. Oh, and then I thought that this marble looked a lot like meat. So I put some down there and stuck a knife in it. That's just a homemade knife. And then this wheel of cheese here is actually, I think, sandstone. And a bowl also made of marble, and eggs made of plaster. It's really cool that we have all these shapes that we can do different things with. And I will eventually fill this area up with different kinds of like cups and mugs, and that's supposed to be a little stack of plates, but like pewter plates, but they don't. You can't see them very well. They're too dark, I think. But anyway, it's fun to do that kind of stuff, and let me know if in the comments if you would like to see how I make these little things, because I don't know if that's something that people would be interested in. It's kind of fiddly and nitpicky, and I don't claim to be good at it, but it's fun. It's fun to try. I expect that we're going to get little things that we can put around, and then we won't have to make quite as many. Oh, what happened? Okay, I'm back. It just suddenly switched screens on me. Let's see what else has happened. I believe that I had the workbench in my last recording. I think I did have the workbench. Oh, and look, it's raining again. Lovely. I did put up this little shelter for the rain. That might have been here before too. I don't recall. Anyhow, my next step, I believe, is going to be, I think I've narrowed it down. I think I'm going to start working on the inn and tavern next, and it will go up here on this little shelf of land. And I think I have decided that I'm going to move the garden and put it up on the hill over there. So I'll need to sort of flatten out an area up there for a garden, probably this size or maybe a little bigger. And over here, I have been looking at these surfaces, because I'm trying to choose what I'm going to use for this area, which I think is going to become the town square. And I just haven't quite decided. I was thinking, well, it should be something that logically could have come from this area, and given that the stones here are kind of like a river rock, it might be this one, but this one is pretty busy. Many of the rest of these, this one looks like a street, but I don't know if it looks medieval. It looks maybe a little more cityfied. I don't know. This one I like, but I think looks more like a wall. And these also. This one has green stuff in it, so this could be like a. Let me zoom in on it. See, it has like little green plants and things in it in the mortar. So I guess that could be a street. It just seems very clean. And then this one I do really like, but I think that looks more like a wall. This one I like a lot. It doesn't seem like the right kind of rock for this area. But the reason I like it, let me zoom in on it again. The reason I like it is because it has the dirt and the little pebbles and things that are just like, oh, and bird poop right there. It looks, dirty and gritty, and like it really could be, a road that isn't all that well maintained. So maybe that's the perfect one. I still have not quite decided. I love this, but again, that's too fancy for what I'm thinking. That would be seen in maybe London or Paris or something, but not in this little town. And then this honed rock here looks like polished sandstone or very well worked sandstone. I think that could make a nice floor inside of a building. This one too, or a wall. This looks, I love this too, but this is I'm not sure. This is too Mediterranean, I think, or worn brick. I mean, I like it a lot. I just don't know what I would do with it. So anyway, that's what I'm contemplating right now, is what to do with these. So I'm thinking that this dark gray with all the dirt might wind up being my road surface. And so I need some kind of something that I can use for the foundation of my tavern. And actually this stone right here might be just the thing. I do really like that as well. This I do like, but I think it's a little busy. Busy. The other thing that I did was I've been troubled by this bumpy area here that goes down to the lake, and so I tried these cobbles. And if you notice, when you see them like this, a big expanse of them, up close they're nice. They look similar to the gravel that we have, but this pattern develops when you have a lot of it, and that looks kind of weird. But I'm gonna live with this for now, and it just makes a nicer ramp down towards the water. The other thing I still am contemplating is where I'm going to put my little fishing house and dock. I mean, I think I'll start with like just a wooden dock. I might eventually build a quay so that there's like a rocked in area that you could walk on, and maybe put the fishing house on the quay or the quay, however you say it. But I haven't decided. And so I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do with the Tavern Inn. So I was going to start on that today. I am going to move the garden and get a garden plot up there ready, but I don't think this rain. I don't think I'm going to have you watch me move the garden, because that's just kind of boring. So what we do need to do is figure out, and it looks like sun might be going down too. I timed this great, didn't I? Oh, I don't know if people know this or not, but did you know that if you have a block in your hand, let me get one, any kind of block, and you look at the material, a material that you have your block sitting on, and you go and you look in the lower left corner, you can see the ID number of the block that you're looking at, not the one in your hand. So it tells you if you look down in the lower left corner, it says ID 216, that's the texture number, and then it says 5 by 1/2 by 5, and that's the size of that slab that I put there. And then it tells you that the texture is scaled 1, which means I didn't change the scale of the texture. And you can do that too. You can make the texture bigger or smaller. And I've seen that, I think it's Skeptic 44. He has been using one of these, maybe it's this one or one similar to this one, that he has scaled up so that the stones are bigger. And it looks kind of cool. So 216 is the one that we want. Whoops. All right, so let's go up here and make some of that. And basically, all I'm going to do right now is block out kind of the foundation, the footprint of the inn. So I know how big it is and whether or not it will even fit. It's this one right here, 216. And let's just make, I'm going to need a lot. How many is that going to make? 99? No, that makes, 99 stone. Wait a minute. What am I looking at here? That's going to make 99. Okay, yeah, let's make 99. And I'm going to do this in regular block sizes, regular 1x1s. The reason why is because if you do that, then you can measure out accurately, how many blocks it is. And that helps you to figure out where your doors and windows and stuff will fit. I have a picture here that I got off the internet of an inn, a tavern inn type building that I'm going to kind of sort of reproduce. It's maybe a little fancier than what I was planning on, but I think I can do it. And it looks to me like I need to do, I'm figuring out how big things are. Now I know that a door is 2 blocks wide. This has double doors, so that means the door is 4 blocks wide. So on this picture that I'm looking at, I'm figuring the door is 4 blocks wide, and there are 3 blocks on either side of the door, and next to that, symmetrically on either side, there are windows, and the windows are 2, 4, 6, 8 blocks wide, followed by another 2 blocks, and that's the corner. And I figured this out, and it's about 32 blocks from one corner to the other with the door in the center. So the reason why I want to paste that out at single blocks is so that I have those grid lines and I know exactly how big to make it. Or that is my theory and I'm sticking to it. Now the question is does my grid go the way I want it to? And it looks like it does. But one of the things I just noticed, there we go. One of the things I just noticed this as soon as I started up here and was looking at this is this level that I'm standing on is really more the level that I want the building to be on and not up here. So that would mean that I need to bring this down a level, which is kind of a pain. But how do you, okay, so here's another little tip. If you don't want to, if you're building and then you start digging to accommodate your building, you're going to wind up with a much bigger hole than you need. And if you know where the level that you want your building to be at, or how much room you need for it, you can put in a block at a certain point and then use your rake to get everything else to that point. So for instance, this is the level where I have this block. This is the level that I really want it at. So if I do this, and let's just go out here, and this is not anything I'm gonna remove this. In fact, I'm just gonna put it right there. Okay, but that was 22 blocks. So now I know by looking at this that I'm gonna need more space. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Sheesh. Okay. So it needs to go 10 more blocks this way. But so now what you can do is you can see that this is where you want your blocks to go. That you want your ground to be this level. So you can get your rake then and then rake it to that level. If you had the terrain tools like in creative, then it would be super simple. Uh-oh, Phantom just died again. That's happened before. He must be building something really tall. It keeps falling off. I can relate. It's happened to me. Not here, but elsewhere. Oh, and I did get a better rake. And it does make a difference. And I'm not going to take it down over there on this where the green part is, because I think I'm going to build something up there. And I want different levels in the town. I think that would be interesting. But so even though this appears to be lower than I want it to be, where I raked there, that's okay, because when I put the blocks in, it will level it out. Somebody is building a house over the hill from me. I went and saw that yesterday. We'll walk over there in a bit if you want to see it. It's always interesting to see what other people are doing. Looks like there's a rock there that's going to get in my way. The rake does not work so well on rocks. Okay, this is closer to what I want. And depth-wise, I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be about 16, but maybe slightly more. Let's see where 16 goes. Number 2. So we've got over here, we've got 1. Let me look at this. Can I live with that being there? Maybe I can. Wow, this rock really looks very white, doesn't it? I'm not sure white is the right color. I might be changing this. Might be changing this to a darker color. Okay, well, let's assume that this front row here is what I want. I'm going to come over another couple of blocks. And that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, 16 is big. Wow. I'm going to have to go back further too. I might want to come out another block wide, but I'm going to have to move my garden first. Another block or 2 even. Yeah. I might come out another 2 or 3 blocks to the right. And I'll have to think on that. But let me go ahead and put this in as far as I can. Well, no. There we go. No. Get down there. Get down there. I'm just going to walk this over. 15, 16. I don't want it to be too high though. Okay. Good. Now, I went ahead and did the 16, and that shows me that I really only have to pull out a little bit more dirt here. So let's do that. I might make it go back even a little bit further. Does it make you guys dizzy when I move around like that? I think my mouse is too sensitive. Okay. Okay, so why won't that go down? There must be something under there. That's weird. Do I have a pick? Let's see if there's a rock or something right here. Yep. Yeah, so when the rake encounters a rock, it won't keep going down. Cool. Yeah, this is this stone looks, it's pretty light colored. And I was thinking it would be a little darker than that. Let me look over here again. I might change my mind. It's this one. Well, I mean, I suppose the other thing you could do would be to apply a little bit of gray to it, but I guess I'll go with it. There is another stone that let's see if we can just look at it real quick, that is similar to this, but it has this one. I noticed this one, somebody's building with this one, and it when you get a lot of it together, it does make banding and weird patterns, and I didn't like that. So that's not too bad. That's a little rough there. Yeah, we'll just keep the one we have for now. Okay. So this tavern is going to be, like I said, a little bigger than I had figured. And taller than I had figured. I said I was gonna do 2 stories. This one actually has 3 plus a little bit more. It's kind of it's a very eccentric building, but it's gonna be a challenge and it's gonna be fun. So okay, so we've got 2, and then we're adding. Let's see how long this is again. Oh, are we out already? No. Oh, I guess that's it. Okay, so that's 22 plus 21 plus 2. That's 25. No, 21 plus 2 is 23. So, yeah, I think we're going to need more. Four left. Let's go make some more of this. I think I'm going to need to slow my mouse down a little bit. I hate the vertiginous feeling I'm getting from watching it. Okay, 216. We'll do the max again. Oh, that's weird. So here we are on the modern workbench, and you can't make this stone because it wants the regular workbench. Sorry, but I think that's funny. That just seems funny. I wonder if I should do maybe even more. Why not? I've got lots of stone. And the other thing that you can do, which is really handy, is if you have a block selected, let's escape. Okay, so you have a block selected, and then you go to inventory, and then you right click on the block. You can change the shape of any block that you have. So like when I'm making all those little things for inside the cottage, I did this quite a bit. I just made a bunch of different colors and stuff that I needed, and then when I needed a different shape, I would just change the shape. So you click on that, and then let's say I needed a sphere, I would just double click on that, and see, it changes them all to spheres. But obviously I don't want spheres, so I'm going to change it back. I mean, it's really simple, and it's, you know, it saves you a lot of time. So that's cool. I need to go cut more trees, I guess. Wow. None of those trees were there before. I planted those yesterday. Pretty impressed that they grow that fast. Up and over. Yahoo! All right. Go ahead and put that row in. And then let's just do all the rest in one fell swoop, if we can. No, I guess we... Is that not going to be enough? Or I just couldn't get it done. Oh, is that all of them? Yep. I'll need some more. And then I'll clean all the excess dirt off of this. Wow, so that took a lot of blocks. So anyway, I'm going to continue doing this. I think I'm going to let everybody go because it's been long enough. Let me make these blocks real quick. Oh, wrong crafting station again. Alrighty. Yeah, so if you like one of these other textures here and you want to see me use it, just let me know and I'll figure out a way to use it. I'm thinking this brick might show up somewhere on a wall. It does look like a lovely floor, but it also could be a cool wall. Yeah. And I'm going to continue with the footprint of my tavern, and I'll move the garden. I'll put it up there somewhere. I'm seeing eventually little houses going up the hill and a road, small road, and paths, and some houses maybe going up that hill, until we have a bustling community of one with lots of empty houses. Unless someone wants to join me, then, we can have a bustling community. Anyway, thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.